All right, so here we go. So I typed in my URL, my2020census.gov, and then when I come to the page, it says, welcome to the 2020 census. It's quick and easy. The 2020 census questionnaire will take about 10 minutes to complete. 10 minutes. You can do a lot of things in 10 minutes, so I'm sure you can complete this questionnaire online. It is safe, it's secure, it's confidential. Your information and privacy are protected. The results from the 2020 census will be used to determine the number of seats each state has in Congress and your political representation. Again, this is also about representation, but for some of you, that may not matter. That's fine. The other part is, again, your response will help determine how money gets allocated, and it's billions of dollars, to key services like Medicare, like your roads, like your school district, like food stamps, child care services, special needs services. All of those things are determined by the census. So they need to know how many people are in a particular area. If you think about classrooms that are overcrowded, it's because you didn't account for people being in these particular places. And the census is one way to help make that information be more accurate. So it says shape your future and start here. So I am going to click and I start the questionnaire. So the first thing that it asks is please log in. So I'm taking the letter that I got, and then in the middle it says your census ID. So it's a 12-digit census ID on the letter. So I am typing that in as it is shown in my letter. And then I click log in. All right. Now, the first question is about address verification. So remember I told you these things are being delivered to your household based on what's on file and who they believe lives there. So it says, are you completing the 2020 census questionnaire for the address below? And then it lists my address. So the question says yes or no. So obviously if it's not your address, then you would click no. But since my address that is listed there, I'm going to click yes. Then I hit next. The next one says on April 1st, 2020, which is Census Day, which means wherever you are living, wherever you are residing on April 1st, 2020, that is where you should fill out the census. So it says on April 1st, 2020, will you be living or staying? And then it lists my address again. So yes, I signed a new lease, so I will not be moving before April 1st, 2020. So again, I'm going to click yes. And then I hit next. Then it asks, what is your name and telephone number? And the disclaimer says, we will only contact you if needed for official Census Bureau business. So now it's asking me for my first name, my middle name, and my last name. And then it also asks for my telephone number. So I'm going to enter in the number. Make sure everything is correct, that there are no typos, and now I'm hitting next. All right. Now I'm progressing to household questions. So it says household questions. Next, you'll be asked some questions about your household. Press start to begin. So, including yourself, how many people will be living or staying at the address below? So then it asks you to enter in a number. And here, again, I don't care where you live, if you're staying in somebody's couch or staying someplace that you're not listed on the lease. When you're completing the census on behalf of your family unit, just enter in the number of your family. Please, 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 so we can make sure that we have an accurate count. So I've entered in the number, and now I'm going to hit next. All right, it says, we do not want to miss any people who might be staying at this address. For example, children, related or unrelated, such as newborn babies, grandchildren, or foster children. That's very important because in 2010, children 0 to 5 were the population that was significantly undercounted. And as a result of that, then when you project 10 years ahead, when those kids became school-age kids, guess what? The school wasn't accurately prepared for those particular kids because this was not even reported in the last census. So it's important that you share that information. It also says relatives, such as adult children, nieces, nephews, cousins, or in laws, roommates, or other non relatives, or people without a permanent place to live. And then it actually lists the name of what they have on file, which is my name. And then it says, will there be any additional people that you did not already list? For more information on who to include, click here. So I don't have anybody else to add. So I'm going to say no to if there's additional people to add, and then I'm going to hit next. Then it says, on April 1st, 2020, will the house, apartment, or mobile home, and then it has my address, be owned by you or someone in this household with a mortgage or loan, including home equity loans, owned by you or someone in this household free and clear without a mortgage or loan, rented, or occupied without payment or rent. So I am a renter, so I am selecting rented. All right. Now it says that I need to continue answering questions for the people that were mentioned on the questionnaire under the household questions. So because I only have myself to account for, I'm going to hit start. But if you had another person to add, they do have an icon where you can select add another person, because maybe you say, oh, yeah, I forgot such and such has been staying here or will be staying here as of April 1st, 2020. So I'm hitting start to fill out information about myself. So the first question it asked me is, what is Erica E. Hill's sex? It says male and female. Unfortunately, the census does not have any extra LGBTQ terminology. So it is asking you to make a selection. So I'm going to select the one that I believe is appropriate for me. And then I'm hitting next. Now it's asking me for my date of birth. It's asking me for the month. And there's a nice little drop down. It's asking me for the day. And then it's asking me for the year. So I've done that, and then by entering that in, it automatically calculates your age. And it has a sentence underneath that says, verify or enter correct age as of April 1st, 2020. For babies less than 1 year old, do not enter the age in months. Enter 0 as the age. So it's already calculated my age based on what I inputted. It's correct. So we're going to keep going. Now, it says, is Erica Hill of Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin? So my options are no, not of Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin. Yes, Mexican, Mexican American, Chicano. Yes, Puerto Rican. Yes, Cuban. Yes, another Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin. And then it says, enter, for example, Salvadorian, Dominican, Colombian, Guatemalan, Spaniard, Ecuadorian, etc. So for me, I'm going to say no, because that's the most appropriate answer for myself. Now it says, what is Erica E. Hill's race? So it says, select one or more boxes and enter origin. For this census, Hispanic origins are not races. So, first example, it has, I could check white, and then I could also enter in the box German, Irish, English, Italian, Lebanese, Egyptian. It has black or African American. So it says enter, for example, African American, Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, Somali. American Indian or Alaska Native. It says enter name of enrolled or principal tribe, for example, Navajo Nation, Blackfeet Tribe, Mayan, Aztec, Native Village of Barrow, Inupiat, Traditional Government, Nome, Eskimo Community, etc. Chinese, Filipino, Asian Indian, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, and then it says other Asian. And it says enter, for example, Pakistani, Cambodian, Hmong, Native Hawaiian, Samoan, Chamorro, and then other Pacific Islander. Enter, for example, Tongan, Fijian, Marshallese. Or some other race, and it says enter race or origin. So I'm sure this is not a completely exhaustive list. However, it is what we have. So Again, the instructions were select one or more boxes and enter origin. So I'm selecting African. It says Black or African American, and then entering African American. And then I'm gonna go down and hit next. Okay. So now I am up to the final question, and what you can see actually, if you can see it that clearly, but at the top is like a bar that's showing you how you're progressing through. So the first step was address verification. The second was household questions. Third, people questions. And now I'm up to the final question. All right. So it says, does Erica E. Hill usually live or stay somewhere else other than my address? So I'm going to say no. And again, for people that may be in transition or temporarily staying with you, that could be something that you need to answer. Just so you know, the other options are yes, with a parent, grandparent, or other person. Yes, while attending college. Yes, for a military assignment. Yes, to be closer to a job or business. Yes, in a nursing home or group home. Yes, in jail or prison. Yes, as at a seasonal or second residence, or yes for another reason. So again, I put no because I'm not. I don't usually live somewhere else other than the address listed. So now I'm gonna go next. So it says you're almost finished and are now ready to send your responses. Once your questionnaire is submitted, you will not be able to access your information or change any of your responses. After you submit your responses and are shown the confirmation page, you may close the web browser. You must select submit to complete your questionnaire. Would you like to send your responses now? So yes, I feel like I took the time to thoroughly read the questions and answer them based on my household. So I'm going to hit submit. Now, what I see at the end, it says, thank you for completing the 2020 Census Questionnaire. It lists my address. It tells me the time of completion, which for me is Friday, March 13th, 2020 at 11:16 a.m. It says if you receive other mail from the Census Bureau about the 2020 census in the next few days, please disregard. That mail may have been sent out before today. It again gives me the phone number. If I have questions, please, I can call the phone number that I mentioned before, which again is 1-844-330-2020. And then it provides a confirmation code. So I have an option to save or print screen. I'm going to do that so that I have a digital copy of saying that I completed it. So I have fulfilled my civic duty. I have fulfilled my legal duty. I have contributed to making sure there is a fair count. I hope you will do the same. Thank you.